Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Don't ask me. I'm not there yet myself. It's 4:53 in the morning, West Coast time. Still it is the 12th of February, 2024. A zombie in Weaver Agency, Roseman, California. Um, like most Americans, we're actually a number of us. Yeah, we watched the Super Bowl. Streaming on one device or another device. The one of the things that makes it purely American, we kept priding ourselves, is watching a football game on a gridiron where guys try to rush this damn thing from one side of the field to the other. Me being somewhat of a baseball fanatic, I like to hit the living crap out of a ball, out of a field, out of a stadium, and call that a home run and just get the adrenaline rush that way. But I was never one for the gridiron as much, but I had seen my fair share of football games. And it was a hell of a game that they actually had. Right up to the regulated time, and they had a tie, 19 even. Kansas City Chiefs. Were they from Kansas or from Missouri? I don't know. And then the other team was San Francisco 49ers. And I had to wear a Rams shirt just to support the 49ers. Only because the 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams would be West Coasters. West Coasters versus Midwest. That's what I looked at the contest as. And that's what I saw it as. And it was quite a gridiron for first 2 or 3 quarters. And then the one photo was going viral at this point, number 87 of the Chiefs, arguing with one of his own guys like crazy, and everyone's making the meme out of this schmuck. I mean, he's coming across like he's and he's yelling like crazy. And I'm like, what the hell is your major malfunction? So now he's a viral sensation. He's probably out there at Google. I can Google the little image there and probably find a meme generator and make a meme out of this guy. This guy with fur face and anger and everything else is like is rushing up to him. If I could read lips, I would try to figure out what his major malfunction was. It just goes up to one of the coaches, I guess, and just and starts, and then his team try to get him away from him. I'm like, that's a hell of a way to end out your damn career, you schmuck. That was just the one thing I didn't want to hear on the commercials or anything else is commercials that would have political crap on them. And what did I end up seeing? Oh, vote for me, Robert Kennedy. Aren't I nice guy? I'm looking at this damn shit and I'm thinking, you want me to throw up? You really want me to throw up? I haven't had anything in the gut and you want me to throw up because of Kennedy and his stupidity? Oh my God. How they ruined the sanctity. How they ruined the purity, the spirituality of a gridiron of two teams trying to kill each other, getting a rubber ball across the fields. Deadpool was okay. Budweiser was alright. Showing Paramount Pictures Plus, okay, fine. But political crap? I stayed the hell away from the news. I watched when I could. And then came the halftime show, and I turned it off. I already had a marathon of 911 Lone Star on, so I said, what the hell, I'll watch that. I'll watch it, what the hell. I've been watching it before the game started anyway, so I was just trying to continue one particular episode. And at this point, I wasn't emotionally triggered like I would be crying my eyeballs out. Not this time. Because prior, before the football game, I already had made some arrangements for myself to get grub. And not the fast food stuff, but everybody will be driving DoorDash and everybody else crazy. I also noticed that one of our local restaurants out here changed hands and just went under again. Place I had been here for I don't know how many years, called Jesse's Pizza, changed ownerships, and then have another Jesse's Pizza somewhere out in either Tehachapi or Mojave, somewhere in there. But the one out here in Rosamond closed up, and now we got new management over here. I'm like, oh great, we're shutting down. We're shutting down. I could hear almost silence sometimes in the whole complex as everyone's watching the damn game. I was waiting for all the explosions of people screaming and yelling at their television sets or whatever devices they were having watching the game and just going absolutely ape. I didn't see that many that many delivery guys coming over either. But if they were, they probably already had. So, what did I have to grub? What did I have to munch on? Well, leftovers. Nah, I'd already had started them on my feasting yesterday. Chicken strips, potato wedges from the local Albertsons. I tried to make myself some Sizzler's toast. There are recipes online for this. Basically, you take not melted butter, but softened butter and Parmesan cheese, either the powdered kind you get from the canisters or the stuff that you get from the other from the other dairy sections where cheeses are, or deli actually. Mix that in with the butter, not margarine. I don't know why not margarine, but butter. And then smear it on the damn bread or buns. Buns work. Hamburger buns. Thick toast would have been better, but I didn't have any thick toast. I got the thin ass toast. So. And hot dog buns and hamburger buns are just as bread, just as right there. So I'm doing that. What the hell? If I get it right, I can make toast out of it. Okay, so I chilled that up, waiting for the game. That was all right. And while I was waiting for this game, fixing trying to get a menu going, I wanted to keep the damn thing simple. I really wanted to keep it simple. I didn't want to go all out like I've seen other people try to do this huge ass gorging of themselves while watching the game. I was going to watch the damn game, ate leftover chicken tenders, turn them into nuggets, and the bread. The fries would be cold, so they'd be stored for something else. I could use them for something else. Still could. But no, the leftovers I had was like scrambled eggs, already fried up potatoes, and sausage. Just reheat them in a damn frying pan. Throw some more eggs into the damn thing. And the food would last me the entire game. Or a bit, anyway. So I really wasn't worried about that. If I was really going to be crazy, I'd be getting me some ramen soup. Something simple for the gut and not heavy. So I'll be watching this stuff. I had to see Robert Kennedy in his mouth. Oh my God, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? That wasn't bad enough. Then I hear on the news that way back when, on that day, Joel, what the hell was it, Olstein, and his ministries. I couldn't believe it. He had somebody coming into his church, a woman with a long barrel shotgun or a rifle, brings a kid and starts shooting up the place. In the process, two armed guards shot back, probably injured a kid that she brought along with him, and then another person got injured in the melee. I couldn't believe it. This person was pissed off, going into a church of God and shooting up the place. I'm like, not again. I mean, what was it? That year and the year before, we had church shootings. What's up with these guys? What is with these people? You go in there, you're going to shoot the minister for what? And the responses I heard from what the minister was saying, I'm like, no, I don't buy this guy's. I don't buy the guy's story. Somehow, I did not buy it. I don't know, something about the whole thing. It just there was something I just didn't buy. And I was trying to think about that all the time. And it just stayed in the back of my head on this one. Why did this happen? A woman goes into the church with a long rifle to shoot up the place. Now, either had to be the servant or somebody personal. I mean, it had to be something personal. Otherwise, why would she be hunting? That's a hunting weapon, isn't it? And this is in Texas. I could not figure this shit out for the life of me. I'm trying to get the information popped back up here again so I can take a look at the whole thing. Lakewood. Okay. Lakewood facility, the Texas mega church. I was trying to make sure I had the right name. Joel Olstein. Like, you wanted to make a big mega church, you want to make himself a big mega ego star. So, nobody really understood why. Hopefully, there'll be an investigation to try to understand what made her so pissed off. It either had to be somebody in the congregation, somebody in the staffing, somebody there, period, that she didn't like, that she was going to shoot. Or maybe she was going to be disrupting the whole thing. They were just about to getting a church service going for the Spanish community. Maybe that was it. Until they get an investigation going, until they find out what was happening, there's going to be questions on this one here. I mean, one death, which was hers, and then two people injured. And the thing is, I couldn't stand evangelism sometimes because I couldn't. Sometimes I can't stand hypocrites. I know when you go to church, you're surrounded by hypocrites because they all want to shrieve themselves and say, "Look at me, I'm holy, I'm holy, I'm holy," and go outside and do stuff like that, and go back into the church and say, "Look at me, I'm holy, I'm holy, forgive me, forgive me." Yeah, well, where else would you go to get yourself forgiven except the church? Or if you're in the 12-step meetings, then you go to 12-step meetings. How do you shrieve yourself from political crap? How do you do it? Somewhere I was reading, either in social media or somewhere, that there was Trump dancing around like crazy. Somebody had us ruin a good, perfectly good Super Bowl game. I didn't read that until earlier this morning. I'm like, how do you ruin a perfectly good Sunday? You throw Trump and his bullshit in there. And I was trying to stay the hell away from it, but earlier in the morning, you had the political crap talking about this, talking about that. I'm like, oh, one ear out the other ear. Here it is Monday morning. Things are going to be happening again. Guffaws are going to be making. People are going to be making out of the guffaws, and everyone's going pip 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 pip. And I was waiting for the damn Super Bowl game. I was going to enjoy a Super Bowl game. And I hadn't enjoyed a Super Bowl game. I hadn't really got into the Super Bowl feeling, not for a long while. Not really. But then I kept hearing about Taylor Swift will be there. I'm like, okay, fine. Is she going to perform? No, but she's going to be there. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? But my man, my Kansas City man is going to be over there. Ooh. I'm like, okay, fine. He's going to be over there. If he loses a game, you get to comfort the guy. If he wins the guy, you get yourself more 15 minutes of fame. And everyone going crazy over the damn crap. I'm like, I really don't care. Usher's going to be there. And I'm like, oh, great, make me throw up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm old school R&B, old school art, old school soul. I can't deal with today's music. I'm sorry. I'm an old fart. I grew up under the 60s music. I grew up under the 70s music. I grew up under the 80s music when they were struggling like crazy. Some of the 90s I kind of turned off a little bit. But I could try keeping my ears open for any other kind of weird ass music that'd be out there to catch my drift. They're on the games of Assassin's Creed that they would have this type of Viking music. There was this uh, one musical artist out there who made this song called Valhalla, something about Valhalla. Valhalla Calling Me. Here's a few videos out there. Um, Joined up with a couple of artists out there that would make this music catchy. If one was playing the games and one would hear the music in it, it's of Old Norse and Viking and instruments you had never heard of. Here's a bit of a almost a 2 minute bit, and I'd seen these artists ready to sing their hearts out for just about a minute or two. It was pretty cool. They had a longer version of it for 3 or 4 minutes. I'm like, ew, better than that. I think the guy was called Miracle of Sound, and he actually had a few other people with him. Just listening to the music, I was like, that's funky, man. I can get into that shit. That's pretty cool. And I have that music stick in my head over here. And if I can get a piece of that and just start the videos up, that'd be killer. But I get permission for that shit. But just the music of itself, and there was videos concerning about the oh, what was it, television series of Vikings. This stuff you didn't even see on the Super Bowl when they were doing the commercials for the Super Bowl. Nothing about a video game or anything else like that. Nope, wasn't. So, but it was something I could get into instead of listening to Usher. Other than that, so I did enjoy my cold cheese toast and chicken nuggets. And just watched a game of Slaughter. And it was cool. So I really wasn't trying to get into the debates or anything else like that. Wasn't trying to get into politics. Just watching a football game, which I hadn't enjoyed in a hell of a long while. When we actually had television and my brother was still living, we would watch this. We would watch to see what was going on. How's this one catch you? If you want to talk politics. Tonight at 7 on KTLA Channel 5, we got four candidates coming up and going to be talking about they want to be your California senator. Miss Porter, Garvey, Schiff, and the other person I don't know. But I'm thinking to myself, Garvey? Garvey? Where have I known that name from? Steve Garvey, Republican. Where have I known that name from? Let's see. Dodger Blue would have been one thing. And after he retired from the LA Dodgers, he went into business for himself. Well, got into business and okay, became a businessman. He's a diehard Republican. And he wants to make sure he's going to be representing our U.S. Senate. Garvey had never been in public office before. Why the hell is he trying to mosey in on the state Senate? Not in my book. Adam Schiff and Katie Porter have all are California representatives in different areas. So they're coming into the U.S. Senate. There's going to be a hell of a lot of topics to be talked about when they're going to be when they're going to go after each other in just a one and only debate in the state of California. It's going to be a lot. They're going to be peppered questions, and it'll be interesting in seeing this stuff. Katie Porter, I've heard. I think she's a fine Democrat for representative. Well, when it comes down for the Senate politics, I'd rather prefer Schiff in there. I'm sorry. I think he knows better what the hell's going on. I think he'd be suiting better the Senate instead of the damn representative. He's doing that because of the Senate seat that we lost in California from the death of Dianne Feinstein. God rest her soul and God bless her soul. So this particular posting is going to be opened up. And we need to get a state senator. We need to get a California senator in there. Something that would value our California values. Represent our California values. So other than that, this is my own belly aching for this morning of Monday. I'm still waking up and I still got to get some areas cleaned up. We got bug spraying coming in again. I can just get the place straightened up a little bit more. I still got to wake up. I still got to get breakfast. I know I should have saved the other egg stuff, but I had to get rid of it anyway, one way or another. I hate wasting food, so yeah, I ate it yesterday. So we'll see what happens. And that, try to have a good morning. I'll do another blathering a little bit later. I'm awake enough.